Good afternoon, everyone. We appreciate you all joining us today. My name is Myra Chen, and I am Dr. John Chen and Tina Chen's niece, and I am also now studying Chinese medicine. I am here today as your host and moderator for today's eLotus webinar. Here at eLotus, we have been hosting educational courses for over 3 decades, and we are so proud to be your trusted source for premium CEU content with over 200 speakers, 700 courses, and 3,000 hours of CE. Allow me to introduce our speaker, Mingjun Liu. Dr. Liu was born into a family of martial arts and medicine, where he began practicing martial arts at age 4 and studying Oriental medicine with his grandfather at age 10. Immersed in such a background, Dr. Liu brings a unique perspective to his practice, complemented by his expertise in face reading, feng shui, plum blossom numerology, and various other disciplines. In addition to establishing the Ming Wu Wing Cheng Academy in Shanghai and the United States, Dr. Liu is also a distinguished professor at Vitality University in the US, and he also mentors doctoral students in Chinese medicine and is also the founder of Dr. Liu Oriental Medicine Clinic in Miami, Florida. Today's webinar is TCM Face Diagnosis of Cardiovascular and Pulmonary Diseases with Mingjun Liu, sponsored by Evergreen Herbs. Mingjun Liu is the creator of the Chinese medical diagnostic system, and today he will share his expertise on his facial diagnostic system to show how to accurately identify and assess various cardiovascular and pulmonary diseases. If you're interested in today's facial diagnosis class, we also recommend you to watch Dr. Liu's last class on May 1st, which was on TCM tongue diagnosis. We also have a few other speakers who taught various diagnosis classes that I also highly recommend, such as Rick Bernard's palm diagnosis, Aaron Zizov's Bazi reading and tongue diagnosis, David Hartman's numerology, Beijing Men's sublingual tongue diagnosis, and Heng Wei Chang's palm diagnosis. I'll post the links to each of these speakers in the classroom for your convenience in a little bit. For our new attendees joining us, please let me familiarize you with our webinar room. Please set your chat from host and panelists to everyone. That way, everyone can be part of the conversation. To ask questions during the webinar, please use the Q&A box so the questions remain separate from the chat room. And lastly, the quiz. The quiz for CEUs will be available on the next business day, late afternoon, for everyone with qualifying attendance. Now, let's get started with today's webinar and welcome Dr. Mingjun Liu.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Lu Mingjun. So these are my personal introductions. So if anyone is interested, you can take a look. So today's class content is quite rich. So I will dive straight into the topic. Okay. So the reason I've learned so many face reading methods is to be able to adapt to many environment and situation. The system of face reading originated from Oriental medicine diagnosis, initially developed only for diagnosing illness and predicting disease. So following the principles outlined in the book of I Ching and the Huangdi Neijing, the development of the physiognomy has progressed to the point where it can observe a person's entire life.
Hi, Dr. Liu.
Yes.
Can you share your presentation?
Oh, sorry. Oh.
No problem. Good. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's check. Okay, so from their birth states to their current annual fortune, and even predict their future fortunes and misfortunes. Okay, this the advantage of physiognomy lies in the fact that every day we encounter people of various appearances, different countries, race, and regions. So we interact with different people daily. And through the process, we are not only able to practice our face reading skills, but also come to understand many people's habits, familiar relationships, and even their health conditions at a glance. So there's no need for someone to extend their hands and stick out their tongue for examination. Instead, it's very easy to know a lot of information face to face. In many cases, diagnosis can even be done remotely, helping even more people. So, so doctors and the patients use machines too much to diagnose problems. This is slowly weakening their own instincts. So some illness shows symptoms like insomnia, change in body temperature, pain, feeling unwell, and mood swings before they are become serious. So, but because there aren't many doctors who really understand Oriental medicine well, so must patients wait until machines detect problems in hospitals. By then, the issues usually become serious. A lot of the patients come to me right away when they have a serious health problems like heart issues or strokes. Because if you learn how to read people's face well, you can figure out what's wrong with them and even understand how they are feeling. Also, uh, by understanding their personality and family, they will trust you a lot. Additionally, in many cases where organs are already damaged, many machines may still not be able to detect the issues. Okay, so this is the scope of the face reading, and this is for diagnosis and analysis. Okay. And the face reading has a lot of the methods of can be divided into different ways of doing it. So including the 12 space of face reading and 3 sections and 6 relative method a lot of. And so the easiest way to start figuring out the illness is by using the keys or the door method to look like the little human on face. So we sometimes call it like the little human method. It took me a while to find the model, but nobody's perfect. So, but this model looks perfect, pretty good, and but from her appearance, it seems like she might have a bit of nasal inflammation, allergy, a bit of this discomfort in the lumbar spine, a slightly tilted the pubic, and her legs might not be exactly the same length. And she might feel some soreness in her shoulders and necks, and she has a border personality, sometimes irritable, can be stubborn, strong sexual desires, isn't the best at talking, but is disciplined. but is really smart. But she's really smart, and moreover, it's clear that she had a pretty happy childhood, and her parents loved her a lot. So her face looks clean, symmetrical, and there's a light yellowish color on her whole face, special for the forehead. So which means her health and luck recently have been good. We use this as a standard to judge facial health. Okay, even though people have different skin colors, if they are healthy and lucky, their faces will look clean and bright with balanced feature like symmetrical, and ideally without spots, mole, wrinkle, and principle. Also, people with various skin colors might have a little glow or yellowish shine, so which we call like a yellow brightness. Okay. So the little human method also belongs to a holographic correspondence system, where the forehead corresponds to the head. So here, this part is forehead, and the two elbows corresponding to the arms. The area from the center of the eyeball to the nose, and even to the mouth corresponds to the body. And the nasolabial fold is for this fold, corresponding to the legs. Okay. The position of heart and the lungs are the upper chest area. So the key area we will focus on this lessons is the region from the middle line of the elbow to the middle line of the eyes. Okay. The area between the elbows is called 印堂, and which governs the person's seals. And the area between the eyes is called the 山根, also known as the palace of illness and misfortune. So the Huangdi Neijing said the 印堂 corresponds to the lungs, and the 山根 corresponds to the heart. So since the heart and the lungs, okay. Okay, so since the heart and the lungs are connected, so when one is good and the other is good. So when one has illness and the others have illness too. So a good 印堂 and 山根 indicate good heart and lung function. The area between the eyeballs should be wide and even like flat, without any dents. The skin should look healthy and bright, and the forehead and the hairline should be high, wide, and smooth. So it looks like a big forehead. Okay, and the hairline looks like a perfect circle. So without any downward pressure to the 印堂 caused by a point high, the hairline. So like sour or like saw or like the arrow point is all good. So this shouldn't be any moles, lines, wrinkles, and rimples on this part of face. Okay, yes. During concessions, so we can watch the movement of this area for patients. If someone froze, like while speaking, it indicates a problem. This is called air ball invading the tongue. This looks like the eyeball attack the middle. So since the eyeballs are related to the liver qi, and the liver belongs to wood, liver is wood, and well, the lung belongs to mental. The invasion of the tongue by the elbows indicates like a conflict, like between mental and the wood. So like a mental attack the wood. Okay, so emotionally, the liver governs like anger, and the lungs governs sorrow, like sadness. So prolonged the exposure to this emotion can lead to the appearance of this pattern, indicating damage of heart and the lung function. So therefore, if a patient always like fluence while speaking, or even have fluence lines in their natural states, so it suggests that there are issues with their heart and lungs. So these people get impatient easily, focus too much on some small things, or and feeling tightness in their chest and get irritable. So on the other hand, like in someone has a wide space between their eyeballs, it means they are usually relaxed, happy, and open-minded. So the distance between the eyebrows should ideally like by the width of 1.5 fingers and 2 fingers. So you can check like this. Additionally, this area must appear smooth and bright, showing a good heart and lung function as well as a positive mental state. Since the heart governs the spirit, some people who are in a bad mood and unable to calm down may have an acupuncturist use the in-tongue acupoint to regulate the heart and the lungs and calm the mind. Okay. So different observing the characteristics, color, expression, moles, wrinkles, and pimples in this area have become a standard for distinguishing heart and lung function. So, so that's affecting the health and the function. Wrinkle, mole, wrinkle, scars, acne, and pimples. So this on face are not good. Where they show up can tell different bad things about your health and what might happen in the future. And from the area of in-tongue and the Shangen, we can also see the health, personality, wisdom, interpersonal relationship, and for benefactors, career and marriage relationship, residence. Okay, in this case, the distance between the eyebrows of the girl is actually about the width, about 2 fingers. But the entire forehead, we, as well as the area between this part and the shangen, the elbows and the shangen are covered with many black acne scars. At the same time, the area between the eyebrows and the shangen is slightly like concave compared like to the forehead and the nose. All of this indicate like hidden problems with the heart and the lung functions. Normally, such girls have beliefs, uh, like a God, like a Buddha, Taoism, and others, indicated that they have a good heart uh, and don't like the argue with the others. Okay, but this acne scars shows that she had a tough time from her teenage years and to middle age. So dealing with a lot of stress and tightness, long-term suffering, and the big pressure of a kind heart can cause a lot of mental stress, which can affect the respiratory function. If we look closely at her income, so bigger, we can also see a lot of the small hairs and the sign that the elbow. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the small hairs and they connected. And they get closer together. And moreover, upon close inspection, so there are also many black acne spots in the middle. So indicate the here too. So indicate the poor respiratory function and the problems in the throat and the trachea. And making her prone to coughing and suffering from rhinitis. According to the little human method, okay, we can see here. So, so this part, so this part is also corresponding to the throat and the trachea regions. Okay, and from the perspective of Western anatomy, this area also is a sinus region here. Okay. So additionally, the narrow and the concave the Shangen suggests her heart might not be as strong from birth. Since the Shangen is the top part of the nose, so linking the heart and the lungs are connected to the nose. So if the nose doesn't work well, so it can affect the lungs too. So in such cases, we can immediately tell that her heart and lung function are bad. Moreover, so our face reading can tell that she had a tough family life since she was young. Her parents' fortunes have been not good, leading her to various problems, hard work, worries from early age, which had led to her poor heart and lung function. Although she is very kind-hearted, so her fortune is middle and late years is still not very good. It's challenging for people with a darkened income to have a good luck. So all this part too. She might not have a high level for of the education or got a good job. So her husband might not very capable, uh, which could like make her marriage unhappy. And she might worry about her kids too. So her experience and living environment have led to her poor health, resulting in issues with the heart and lung function, as well as symptoms such as rhinitis, coughing, pharyngitis. Additionally, she is prone to allergy, uh, skin problem, yeah, and hormonal, like hormone imbalance, and excessive worrying, poor sleep quality, and feeling of chest tightness. So if you see similar patients, uh, show empathy and offering your diagnosis from a medical side can make them feel understood, like and cared for. They will immediately recognize your skill as a doctor and appreciate your ability to connect with them on a deeper level. So the trust connected in this way is very strong because this patient is relatively young. The heart and lung problems are functional, but if she's having a healthy lifestyle, she can clearly feel when her heart and the lung aren't working well, and when her mood is unstable, since the heart controls like the mind, someone like this is likely to worry a lot, and feeling bad emotionally can make her respiratory and heart function even worse. So you can give her advice and some treatments early on to greatly slow down her symptoms for turning into organic changes. Of course, so rhinitis and pharyngitis need to be treated first. So if parents have a good relationship and give their children lots of love, it can have a big impact on their physical and mental development, and even on their happiness throughout their life. Okay. In terms of moves, so having one on 印堂 since birth is considered not so good. And the area between our two eyes and from the forehead to the chin, this part, so can be divided into 13 zones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like 13 zones. So any scars, more wrinkles in this area are very unlucky. They can also affect health and luck for 5 years. The more in the middle, the worse it is. So this one, the red mole are a little bit better, like this one. And while the mole are bad, but it's the best not to have animals on face at all. So most the moles are there from birth. So animals at the intang and the shangen, like this is a tiny one, represents like a congenital cardiovascular problem. The intang is where the seal of authority is located, right after the Fortune Palace. So if there is a bad mole in this area, there will definitely be major legal trouble in one's life, like lawsuit, and is very likely to have a surgery of like for heart-related disease. Okay, so looking at this patient, the space between their eyebrows is less than 1.5 fingers wide. So their in-town area is already narrow. And having this bad move squeezed in the middle make it like even tight. So their lung You can, yeah. So this space like lung space, lung size, and his space looks like the lung like squeezed because this is too narrow and causing symptoms of oxygen deficiency. This indicates they have problems with emphysema and bronchi stagnasis. This is already an organic problems and special for heart and lung for this area. For someone like this, you can also check their fingers. They must have like a clamping fingers